Hey Guitar Geeks, Guitar Guts back today to talk about the differences between signature lines of pickups and regular production line pickups. You know, when your Guitar Heroes started playing, they didn't necessarily have their own special signature line of pickups to use, and they had to go to the store just like the rest of us and buy whatever was on the shelf. And they probably picked up production models from Seymour Duncan or DiMarzio or whatever the store had in stock and installed those into their guitars and made the best out of it. Now, over the years, if somebody, gains a lot of fame and they're making a lot of money and they're a very accomplished player, they might want to come to one of the companies, or one of the companies might want to approach them to make a signature line of pickups that better meets their needs as a guitar player. So from just a simple company like DiMarzio, you have regular production pickups like the Tone Zone, the Super Distortion, and the PAF Pro. And then you have some signature lines like the PAF Joe and the Blaze pickups and the Breed pickups. I've found pickups I love in both the production and the signature lines, but when I'm trying to pick out ones for a specific guitar, I do have a different approach in trying to figure out which one's going to work best for me. If it's a regular production line pickup, like the Super Distortion, the PAF Pro, and I'm ordering it for a specific guitar, I always go online to the forums and try to read how other people are using that pickup. What guitar they're using it in, what woods does it work best with, what scale is it most commonly found in, does it sound good in the bridge or the neck, does it make the neck position muddy or too bright. I like to look up on all those forums and see exactly how people are using it and how people are not liking it. Because you'll find some applications or some situations where almost everyone that's trying it in that situation says it's not the right fit for it. And that's my approach to those. It helps narrow it down. I make less mistakes and waste less time if I look at other people's opinions and, give them a little bit of credit for knowing what they're talking about. Now, when it comes to signature lines of pickups, you can do one more thing that I think helps even more, and that's to look back at what the creator of it intended for it to begin with. In other words, if you're looking at some signature line from Steve Vai or from Joe Satriani, what guitar were they using it in? What were the woods in that guitar? What scale was it? Was it in the bridge or the neck? What rig were they playing it through? What amplifier were they using with it? Were they playing enormous venues, or was this something they were using in the studio? There's a lot of things that you can pick up just by looking at the uses that the creator was putting the pickup to at its inception. And that can help you narrow down where it's going to work best for you, because some things are going to work well in a Les Paul, and other things are going to work well in a Basswood Ibanez RG. Now, you also might want to keep in mind that the uses and the styles of music have changed over time since they invented some of these pickups. The Blaze is a very good example of that. I think Steve Vai had the idea for 7-string way before they became popular, and he came up with the Blaze line of pickups for that guitar. And they work fantastic. I think they still hold up real well, but 7-string music has changed a lot since then. And there are a lot of models now that are, really good for much heavier music and detuned 7-string type music, that the Blaze, it may or may not be the best fit for you if you're into that stuff. So you've got to take into account not only how they were used back then and what they were being played through, but how things have changed and what people are trying to get out of them now. So just a few thoughts on signature lines and regular production lines. I've found versions of both that I really, really enjoy, and over the years, through a lot of tinkering, I've figured out which ones work best in which situations. Well, share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear what you think and which signature and regular production line pickups you've used and where you've had some successes or some failures. Leave a comment down below, and I thank you for stopping by.